Welcome to another highly questionable work week. Dan Batard, Papi Batard, you know him. Jay Williams, we like him around here. What do you like today on the show, Jay?
What shoe is Lonzo Ball going to wear tonight? Doesn't matter. A lot of money.
It doesn't matter. Dale, Papi.
Should the Knicks now fight to keep Melo?
Why do they have to fight? They don't need to fight. They can just keep him. He's got a no-trade clause, and the value's never been lower. This is not the time to trade him. You want more value than this for a superstar. You realize that no team, no desperate team can make any more big moves unless it's for someone discounted like Melo, who's only discounted because he's in this condition. You do not want to trade him when he's at his lowest point.
The question is not, do you want to trade him? The question for Melo is, yes, I want to get the hell out of there. Look, I was at their wedding when he married Lala. Him and CP3 sat in the corner for almost an hour talking about how they were going to take over the world. Wow. It's fine. It's okay, Melo. You are not Batman. You are one hell of a Robin. Go to Houston. Play with CP3. James Harden. Be the Robin we all know you can be.
I don't know if that was better as information or a name drop, because both were excellent.
A little both.
What the hell is going on? First he was going with LeBron to the Cavaliers. Now he's going to... That's right, to Houston, with the running beer. Now he's staying in New York. What the hell is going on? I'm predicting a 5-team trade, including the Knicks and Melo. And then at the end, Melo's going to get back to New York. You watch this.
No.
That's what is going to happen.
No.
That's going to be my prediction.
Yes, I agree with him. A 5-team trade that has Melo back in New York.
Do you have any clues why the Panthers fired their GM?
Not only do I not have multiple clues, I don't have a single clue. I think the timing, obviously, is super weird. After the draft, a few days before training camps start, it is a guy who is notoriously hard to get along with. Players were celebrating his departure. You had Steve Smith on Twitter putting up, braying laughter. You've got D'Angelo Williams said he'll never play for the Panthers again, saying right now he is open for business. He'd be happy to come back to the Panthers now that this guy is gone. You've got Josh Norman, who was gotten rid of, even though he still wanted to be there because he didn't get along with this guy. The whole thing feels suspicious, and it feels like a people personality problem.
We all know you're only as good as your best players. Cam Newton and you have somewhat of a contentious relationship. No, Dave Gellin, Greg Olsen, he's having contract issues. Josh Norman didn't want to be there. He left. You bombed that whole thing, too. Let's just keep moving forward. Let's make sure that Cam Newton is just healthy. That's all I care about.
That's always problematic when you can't name very many of the great players that you've had, but all of them have a problem with you.
He made one mistake, buddy. He made one mistake. He left himself wide open. Didn't win a Super Bowl. You win a Super Bowl, you become an untouchable.
He's right about that. They were like a quarter.
That's why you need in your resume. You win one, and that's it, buddy. You're in like Flynn,
Spitting knowledge.
That's right.
Knowledge.
He has no idea what "in like Flynn" means. He uses it, but he doesn't know what that means.
Should the Lakers protect Lonzo Ball by sitting him for tonight's Summer League Championship?
Man, I know a lot of you don't like LeVar Ball, but he's been right about his son. And this Summer League has been about nothing but his son's tweaks, his son's ailments, his son's bad games, his son's plays like this one, where he's in the middle of the foray there and he's having fun by just tapping the basketball. I'm not a doctor, but the answer to this question is, if he's even 99%, you don't bother playing him. This guy's your future. You make sure he's 100%. These games don't really actually matter.
We all know Lonzo Ball is a marketing tool, okay? This is what he's doing 24/7. What shoe is he going to wear tonight? Who the hell knows and who cares? He is the show. He equates to Summer League. The one thing, give the fans what they want. This is the most excited I've seen Lakers fans since Kobe Bryant. They might erect a banner for a Summer League championship if they win this game tonight. I don't care what you have to do. You have to play this game at all costs tonight, Lonzo. You owe it to the fans. You owe it to me.
Wow, at all costs? What's wrong with this guy? You owe it to him.
I've been injured. Been there, done that. Play through it.
That's right. You owe it, Lonzo. I'm telling you something. You got to play tonight. Tonight is the game that matters, even if you don't play another game in your life. Tonight, you got to get out there and play.
It feels like that's what Jay Williams said. It's no more ridiculous or less ridiculous than what he just said.
Hey, look, I'm a little salty. We all get it, okay?
Did Jackie Bradley Jr. make an all-time great catch on Aaron Judge?
Why does it have to be an all-time great catch? Can it just be a catch I've never seen before in this part of the park? Aaron Judge is 1 for 18 since the home run derby. No home runs. This would have been one home run, but then it quickly became no home runs. I've never seen this happen in this ballpark, where a ball gets robbed there. And evidently, none of the guys in the bullpen have seen it either, because look at the shock on their faces and look at the amount of hands on heads. It was a great catch last night. An all-time great, it's not a catch I'll remember for the rest of my life. No.
All-time great? No way. I mean, look, I see these catches every other week on SportsCenter highlights or Instagram or Twitter. It's nonstop. Great catches, Josh Donaldson. Great catches, Gary Matthews Jr., Derek Jeter. These are great catches that people make. This, just average.
How about Kevin Mitchell? Can you guys throw that up on the screen, please? Kevin Mitchell, this was a great catch with his bare hands running out in foul territory. Or can we go over, is this Japan, the guy who's standing on the fence catching a home run ball? But those are all-time great catches, not the one from yesterday.
Well, it could have been much worse.
Oh, this is the greatest play in baseball history and sports history right here. A home run ball bouncing off of the head of Jose Canseco. You know how improbable all of that is?
How many more majors could Roger Federer win?
How am I supposed to answer this question? I didn't expect him to win the one that he won yesterday. I don't understand how he's still winning tennis tournaments, never mind majors. Andy Roddick is younger than Roger Federer. Andy Roddick is 34 years old. He's totally flamed out. He's burned out on the sport. He's gone. Roger Federer is still winning. I can't answer this question for you. He's got 19, and he's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen across all of sports, because that sport devours its young. It's a very lonely sport, and in that sport, he has managed to stay on top of it for an unreasonable amount of time.
Don't worry about Dan. I'll answer this one. He's like a fine bottle of wine, like a 1989 Camus, just sitting there, just building, getting better and better and better. I not only see one, I maybe see half a dozen coming for Roger Federer. Who else is going to do it? Djokovic in his wrist, his elbow, everything's hurt. Nadal is always playing hurt because of the way he plays. He may win the French Open, Australian Open, U.S. Open, Wimbledon. Federer's going to get those again.
That is the first ever wine name drop on this show. We've never had one of those before.
Get some free bottles, maybe?
Man is rich.
6 more majors for Federer? Jay, you're crazy, man. Are you kidding me? That doesn't make any sense. The only guy that can say things like that in this show is me. I'm the only one.
We don't need 2 of them around here, Jay. The crazy category is closed.
I'll calm it down, Papi. I'll calm it down.
Coming up next on my son's TV show, Adam Carolla.
And that car got stolen 3 times, and each time I found it down the street because there was just enough fuel in the bowl of the carburetor to start it and run it about 200 feet, and then it would conk out.
Joining us at the beach today, Adam Carolla.
Funny guy, you know him from The Man Show. He's currently working on a documentary about free speech on college campuses called No Safe Spaces. Let's talk to him. What can you tell me about your life before becoming a professional comedian? What kind of weird jobs, bad jobs did you have? What did the struggle look like?
How long's the show? I graduated high school with a 1.7 GPA, and that was getting an A every spring and fall for baseball and football. So if you backed out 6 A's, you could imagine what my scholastic work was like. I never took the SATs. I never even took an algebra class. I graduated high school barely. I went and cleaned carpets for a carpet cleaning company, and we just cleaned restaurants in the middle of the night after they closed. Eventually, I wandered on a construction site where I became a laborer. I cleaned up garbage and dug ditches and tore ivy off the side of houses and dragged it up the hill and threw it in the dumpster. And eventually, I knew that was the only way out, so I learned. I bought tools. I bought a truck. My foreman told me, if you buy a pickup truck, we'll give you another $1 an hour. And eventually I became a carpenter. And so that was my job, just working as a carpenter in Los Angeles, doing earthquake rehab work, doing tenant improvement work, doing residential, whatever. That's all I did. I did drywall, I did framing, I did foundation, I did finish, I did everything. And at some point I realized this is no way to live. So I started working on comedy. I became a boxing instructor. I met Jimmy Kimmel, who was working at a radio station as Jimmy the Sports Guy, and the rest is history.
What do you remember? What are the specific details you remember about being broke for how long while trying to give this a go as a career?
I remember, driving one beat-up pickup truck after the next and not having car insurance and always having a roommate and always living in a bad apartment and always getting parking tickets because there was no place to park. It was always out on the street. I remember I had a Nissan pickup truck and I was moving to Hollywood and I didn't have insurance. And the only thing that worked right on the truck and that was worth anything, it had a Sony digital stereo, and I spray painted it brown because the dash was brown, and everyone said, why'd you spray paint the stereo? And I said, because the truck's going to get stolen and someone's going to steal the stereo, and you can't resell a stereo if you're a junkie and it's painted brown. And I also put a fuel cutoff switch on the car that cut off the fuel pump. And that car got stolen 3 times. And each time I found it down the street because there was just enough fuel in the bowl of the carburetor to start it and run it about 200 feet. And then it would conk out. And the radio would be in it as well. And eventually I just started starting the car with a small screwdriver because the ignition had been pulled out. But I had the fuel cutoff switch in the brown radio. So I didn't care if it got stolen. And I was a guy who would literally get my car stolen. And when I would get it stolen, I'd just figure out what direction it was pointing where I parked it, and I would just start walking. And once I got to it, it would be there.
So when did it change? Because it couldn't have been upon meeting Jimmy Kimmel, right? When did your financial situation change?
They did a fight on K-Rock, Kevin and Bean in the morning. It was between Jimmy the sports guy, who'd been there for about 3 months, moved out from Phoenix. This is in 1994. And the other guy was named Michael, the maintenance man. I was a boxing coach, and they kept saying, we need instructors, we need a coach, we need equipment. I just showed up at the radio station, said, I teach boxing. What can we do? And I couldn't get into the radio station. Long story short, somebody was going in, and I said, tell them there's a boxing coach waiting out by the elevator. Eventually, Jimmy came out. We started. He lost the fight, but he thought I was funny, and he said, you can call in and do a character on Monday, and I won't even tell him you're the boxing coach, and it's probably not going to go well. And it did go well, and I called into the radio show for about the next year for free, and eventually they said, they'll give you $50 a bit. And I started doing bits on the morning show, and the next thing you know, Jimmy and I were having lunch almost every single day saying, we got to do our own show, and somehow the Man Show came from that.
As someone who didn't necessarily know how to get to show business, give me an example of some place where you found yourself looking around. I don't know whether it's one of Kimmel's parties when Affleck and Damon are there, or some other place where you're like, how the hell did I get here? How did the construction worker arrive here?
You know, the first, by the time you go to Kimmel's for a Super Bowl party and you're sitting in between Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, when the Patriots win in dramatic fashion, which is insane to be bookend between the two Bostonians when the Patriots win in dramatic fashion. That's all great, but I'm a little bit used to it. To me, when I first got into K-Rock in the radio station, and at some point I'd been in show business for like 9 months, and we went to the big K-Rock Acoustic Christmas concert, and at some point I ran into one of the members from Guns N' Roses, like Duff or something. And he said to me, like, oh, hey, are you, my character was named Mr. Burcham. He said, are you Mr. Burcham? And I said, yeah, I am. That's my character. And he said, yeah, Axl thought you would be a lot older. And again, I got off a construction site about 7 months earlier, and Guns N' Roses was the biggest band in the world. I'm like, why, in what universe is Axl Rose having thoughts about me and my age? And that was the mind blower.
Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
I want to show you my first ever painting.
All right.
Okay. Open your eyes.
Oh, that's a lot of colors and shapes.
So be honest. What do you think?
Well, I like how if you switch to Geico, you could save hundreds of dollars on car insurance.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Here, why don't I hold your paintbrush while you call them?
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.
Time to play the game that just remembered that the reigning national champions are the North Carolina Tar Heels. Do you question?
You know I know how to play this game. You give us the topics and events, we question them. Damn. Here we go. Let's go.
Do you question if Ty Lue is looking at his clipboard?
What else might he be looking at? Was there some shimmy shaking nearby? Was it the dancers? Was it something else? What do we got?
Maybe he is staring at the clipboard because he's waiting for LeBron James to come and draw up the plays.
That's cold, man. Oh, no, he's just sleeping. He's not staring at anything. He's just, look, man, he won a championship that way. Just like that, that's how he won a championship. The last 3 minutes against Golden State, Game 7, that's what he was doing.
LeBron has it. We got it.
Do you question if 81-year-old Gary Player should be doing this?
I couldn't believe this video. Have you seen this video? This is an 81-year-old man. I am scared when my father, who's not 81 years old, walks down the stairs. I'm walking after him like this because I'm afraid he's going to fall down. And look at what Gary Player's doing off the side of a boat.
No.
Yes.
No.
No, watch this. It's crazy. That is insane. Like, I cannot believe what I just witnessed. It is the most amazing thing in the history of sports.
Gary Player is quite the player. If he's doing stuff like that off a boat, imagine what he's doing at home, Papi. The bar is set high for you.
That's a bunch of The guy didn't even completely flip. That was a half flip. That's right. That's right.
I mean,
That's right.
He's right about
That's
that.
right. He just make a big splash with his belly. Look at him.
I can't even stick the get out of here.
It wasn't even his belly. It was the back of his 81-year-old skull.
Do you question if this kid is on the right track?
Not if you made this portion of the show, kid. You're never on the right track if this is where you're appearing. Let's see.
Oh, you got to toss the bat. You got to toss the bat.
Oh, but wait a minute. Oh, he did toss the back. There you go.
That's a little Aaron Judge right there. Look at that stud.
Look, this is what we're doing to these kids with the bat flips. You're bringing up kids who are doing this stuff.
He didn't even hit home plate. He didn't even tap home plate.
It wasn't a home run either. There were no fielders. I don't know what that kid was doing.
Ring, ring, ring.
Look out.
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Who's that?
Who?
We'll find out together.
Brian McCann? It's Brian McCann. Yeah, what happened, Brian?
Yeah.
The kid isn't respecting the game. Next time up, you want some chin music? Yeah. All right, Brian, I'll pass the word around, buddy.
Great.
Yeah, all right, take care.
It's a strange place to relay that message. I mean, what are we going to do with that information?
Who knew this was a phone?
It is a phone, yeah.
Do you question if the risk is worth the reward?
One thing I have learned, and only one thing while doing the show, that usually if you appear in this part of the show, the risk is much greater than whatever the reward is. It's an absolute truth. Let's check in. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about?
Do this? Why would this be acceptable?
I mean, did I prove my point or not? What's the reward? You cut some shrubbery. What's the risk? You cut off your own head.
I tell you one thing, that guy is getting a great workout. You don't see that happening very, very often,
It doesn't seem to be very successful as an ab workout either, on top of everything else.
Workout.
It would be a core workout.
Get
you
it,
could
Papi.
just shave the fat off.
There it is, Papi.
Literally shave the fat. What is my father doing right now? I don't know.
It's called the shimmy, the Papi shimmy.
That is not.
He's trying to impress the ladies in the neighborhood. Are you kidding me?
My father was cross-country skiing for some reason.
Man, they're using some fancy words today. Time to play the game that has a constant feeling of abandonment.
Yes.
See? Oh, no. You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We'll tell you if we're intrigued or not.
On Fox Sports Wisconsin, Brewers and Pirates.
I enjoy watching the Milwaukee offense. They have a lot of good hitters. But let's check in here with a team that's not even in this game. The Cardinals, they were playing against the Pirates. Jerko hits a home run for the Cardinals, and a Pirate fan is very speedy about this. Watch how quickly this happens here. There it is, home run. Get out of here!
I like that.
I'm throwing it right in the river. Like that is, like a relay at second base. Like he pivoted, stepped on the bag, neighborhood play. Here, I'm launching the ball right into the river. I mean, that was amazing. That guy's been waiting all his life to do that. Jay, are you intrigued?
I'm going to go with no. Actually, that guy has one hell of an arm. The Pirates can use him with where they are in the division right now. Take that. But the Brewers are okay. I don't start paying attention to baseball until August, Papi.
Yes.
Sorry.
Papi, how about you? Are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, that guy is a show-off. I'm not impressed at all. You know, I mean, there were 14 kids around that guy, and that guy caught that fly ball, and rather than giving it to one of the kids, you know, he turned around, he threw it away. You know, like all the kids, they wanted the ball. You know, people that they do stupid things on TV like that guy does, I have no respect for them. You know what I mean? That's right.
My father only does smart things on television and only respects the smart things done on television.
Tomorrow morning on NBC Sports Network, the Tour de France.
The answer to this, of course, is no, but you got to go yes because there might be a butt involved, or there might be a package involved, or there might be a guy running along the course with a pig's head for some reason and flip-flops. Which one is it? Because I know it's one of them. Which one is it? Where's the package? There it is. See, I told you.
Get a good tan before you go on national TV.
A good point by Jay Williams. Where's your tan, nude man? I mean, really?
Team Polka Dots.
Wait, is there another one? Of course, there's another. Look. Hurry, you're missing. it? Oh, there, he's helpfully allowing you to see it. Jay, are you intrigued?
I'm going to go no. Two reasons. Number one, I'm definitely not waking up at 8 o'clock in the morning to watch people on bikes. And number two, I have a bad history with bikes. Why do I want to be around that?
Ooh,
Never
wow,
again. I'm done. I'm over it. Next subject.
Wow, I thought the worst part of that was going to be butts and number two, but no, he went even more creative. Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, those are not my favorite Tour de France fans. Hit it.
Oh, hit it! Wow,
That's right.
Really?
There we go.
Well, my father.
Hey!
My
Got a good angle
yeah,
there. Awkward.
There it is. Some more butt. Oh, look at this! A montage of booty.
Oh, that's.
Oh,
you got to shave that.
Look at that!
Come
There
on.
is Borat Andrew Luck. You saw Borat Andrew Luck. Wait a minute. Can we go back to Borat Andrew Luck? I want to go back. Hold on a second. I want you guys to all see this. Stop him so everyone can see that. See, that's Borat Andrew Luck. There he is.
That was one hell of a combination.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Our thanks to Jay Williams. We love him. He'll be back tomorrow. Talk to you then.
Peace. See you mañana.
Great show, Jay.
Oh!